Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Aries Sky Read video blog. I'm Aries Sky. If you're new to the channel, hit the like, subscribe, and thumbs up button if you're coming back or welcome. Please excuse me when you think I'm picking my ears. I am not. I'm just making sure I can hear. Yeah, so today, if Sister Zoe was around, she'd be happy. I could hear. I can hear now. Ow, ow. I got two hearing aids. Okay, so, let's just say, first of all, the brother Higgins messaged me. He's like, I'm bored. I got no electricity. Do a video. Fine. Here's your video update, okay? So, a lot of people out there need to basically prep for emergency power outages. I mean, for me, I keep lanterns. I just got another 4-pack coming. That'll be like 12 of these. Woo, woo, woo! Had a power outage the other day. Right now, we got 3 days of internet crap. Apparently, yeah. So, hey, that's not cool. Look at this. It fell out of my ear. Well, let's fix that, right? I can hear again. There you go. Just pop that in there. There we go. I can hear. Yeah. Kind of feels funny. Doctor's like, make sure to take it out so you don't get an infection with the rubber thingy. Alright, so, now, so, a lot of you preppers out there need to have preps for emergency. Apparently, Brother Higgins is in a tornado thing. His power's out till Wednesday. He's like, oh, my food's going down. This is why we don't keep a full freezer. Fortunately, in 8 years, we've only had power go out for like 18 hours total. 18 hours. So, the thing is here's what I would do, okay? Now, for emergency preparedness, you always keep large coolers. A couple large coolers with at least prepping for ice. Yeah, you keep bags of ice in your chest freezer stacked up. Now, Brother Higgins was complaining about burritos. Sorry, brother. Yeah, the burritos apparently went bad. He's just like, I bought several months of burritos. I know those burritos are good. I don't like certain flavors. I have tried a lot. I'm trying Jose Ole burritos. Okay, joke's on me. Anyway, so I basically am making a lot of frozen foods. I'm kind of concerned myself, but that's for another reason. So the joke is for me. But truthfully, what do you do? How do you do it? What are you going to do? How are you going to go about it? Etc., etc., etc. So, for the future, you must ask yourself, what are you doing? Yeah, alright. So you could go and buy Jack or you can buy EcoFlow. You can have both. Thing is, each one does the job properly. Yeah, so as you can see, each thing can be done properly. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And you have to prep for what is needed. I keep backups of backups of backups of backups. Now, it is literally miserable out right now. It's raining, so I decided, before I go and do my other projects tonight, the Higgins is like, what paperwork? I have been balancing and keep balancing, and I have a spending log of everything that Chloe spends. Oh my, never mind. All right. Chloe is literally spending a lot more money than I would, all right? $4.34 for a hot dog, soda, sundae, and a cookie and a churro at Costco. I guess for under $5 you can get filled. So why is she doing this? Well, next week she's going shopping for me. But yeah, probably Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday picking up grocery order. I have to talk to my father-in-law about that. Now, a lot of you guys out there have been wondering, well, we don't have Civil War. It's not my problem. Well, we don't have this. Not my problem. you got all these people, the people out there, and they're concerned. They're like very concerned. Unfortunately, the world's changing and the world's leaving without us. A lot of the world's leaving without us. We don't. We have like tariffs that's been on and off and on and off. We're gonna have to prepare for the worst. And a lot of people have been saying, well, what about prepping for other issues? Like my father-in-law said last night, something to do with, well, the entire country is going to basically be holding on a thread. Okay, now, I'm not one of these people. I know Sister Pee Wee and Brother Dan and Brother the Higgins and Mark and some of my sister Zoe. You guys know me to a point that I'm basically staying quiet for the most part, but I do bring up a few things from time to time. Like, for example, some people have asked me what's going to happen to legislation or the immigration thing, the 14th Amendment. Well, they weren't basically saying the 14th Amendment's unconstitutional. Well, you got people saying, well, it's for... my neighbor upstairs, she's like, get rid of all the brown people. Well, why don't we get rid of old biddies like her? Yeah, So, point is, my neighbor over next door, sweetest guy in the world, he's Hispanic. He's like, oh, if the country goes on the toilet, Rita, we can all go to Mexico. And then some people say Canada. So, point is this. I love all of you, okay? But, my father-in-law and his niece, his heiress, apparently I'm too, the government will take it, but he's thinking of selling everything and leaving. Now, I know, like Sister Pee Wee and Cousin Dinky and Corey and my aunt and uncle and them, they'd be like, let him go. Fortunately, he's panicked, all right? And the reason he's panicked is, he's talking about the courts, they're not fighting the 14th Amendment. They're fighting they want the courts to say it's illegal to do nationwide injunctions on everything. Because, the president can't get his accounting done. He can't get his job done. Where the Dems, all the Dems are doing is, or the libs doing is, pushing the legal card. Look, I try to stay away from politics as much as possible, okay? But I've heard it all, okay? I stay my distance. But, for the sake of the argument... hold on a sec. There we go. So, for the sake of this argument, we want to talk about, not about libs, alright? This ain't about libs, okay? This is about, can he pull off his agenda? Well, a lot of people say it's illegal. The Constitution's legal. Well, so, for example, you get rid of the First Rights Amendment, which people are like, oh, yeah, we don't need freedom of speech. Okay, then let's take that away. Then let's take away the Second Amendment. We don't need that. Let's just cut the entire Constitution, throw them all out, and build a new one. Why? Because you got all these people that have their own opinions. You can't just pick and choose what you want. But I'm not here to basically preach to the choir or chorus or whatever about what is right and wrong, all right? Now, my father-in-law has a specific reason that he's like, oh, you need to get it out there and talk about prepping. So he thinks, okay, if the Supreme Court rules against the nationwide injunction, that's it. They can turn around and in 24 hours Social Security be cut. Now, let's just say that's hypothetically possible. Okay, what would you do? What would... Sister Pee Wee, who's on, I think, retirement, and Brother Higgins trying to get out of retirement, and other people. And all of a sudden, there's 73 million people without money. Yeah, and they're like, oh, look, there's money from the Social Security surplus. Now it's all the president's. See what I'm saying? Hypothetically. I mean, my father-in-law says they can turn around and round up anyone who's disabled. Anyone who's elderly, disabled. Let's just say they round up the Pee-wees and the me's and the Higgins and my uncle and aunt who are disabled and others, and all of a sudden we're crammed into a camp and killed because, well, we're worthless eaters, as Sister Pee-wee once said, And then you got that little guy over there, El Stinky. I can smell it from here. Woo! That wet, stinky dog smell. Yeah, a little stinky. A little junior mints. A little stinky. He looks cute, though. He's waiting patiently for his biscuit. So, point is, my father-in-law's like, if they rule, the court rules to take away injunctions, we got minutes, and then the country's in lockdown. So, I just want to throw that out there as a hypothetical. If that's the case, you guys should prep for that just in case. Just like nuclear war, just like whatever. I mean, my father-in-law's, he never speaks. So when he does, you're like, oh yeah, look at that, look at that. He's like wagging his tail going. So he's a good little doggy, but he doesn't realize that I'm doing a video. And I hear him grumping because we got him a new bone, and it's called Gravy Bones, and they're like crack for dogs. Crack for dogs! Gravy Bones! See, I try to flag him, and he runs away like, oh, yes, there he is. Oh, fun it is to ride on a one-horse open moppy. Okay, just joking. Anyways, so, Brother Higgins, he's out of power till like Wednesday. He's like, oh, I'll just have faith that they may restore it. But if they can't, well, I mean, he's got two problems. One is he was talking about his home insurance, right? His home insurance went up from, the deductible went from like, I think it was like $500 to like $5,000 or something. Okay, don't quote me. And because of it, they're like, nope, you got to meet that deductible. So he turned around and he says, maybe we should do a video to talk about this. This is another prepper's tool that you got to have on hand when you have a homeowner's insurance claim. You're like, oh, my food went bad. Do you have $10,000 of food? Oh, they want you to have receipts, and they want this and they want that, and it's all utterly garbage. Yeah, they're like, huh, whoops. So he's literally got his power and stuff set up so he can actually use his computer or his phone or whatever he's doing, and he's like, oh, I'm bored, so send me a video. Well, okay, so anyway, so basically there's a couple things I gotta talk to you about. This whole thing about the whole thing that's been bothering everyone on the island. Is Social Security is being taken. They're going to find a way to take away Social Security. However, this big, beautiful tax bill blew up in their face. Apparently, everyone's basically seeing and fighting and saying, look, don't cut my Medicaid. I mean, literally. I mean, I know several people that are Medicaid, and they never tell me, oh, if Medicaid's cut, what do I have? Well, what if they decide to cut Medicare? I mean, literally, let me just tell you a story. So, I was at the hospital clinic the other day. They want to give me a power chair. I was telling this to Brother the Higgins. Funny story. And my knees are going. I'm having a hard time walking up and down stairs. So, anyways, they send a referral in. This lady said, oh, I haven't seen it. Well, this lady called me and said, we got your referral, but it went through Anacortes. Okay, so then what happens? Turns out, the lady said, you're downstairs. Yes. Okay, that's out. They want you to be referred for power chair. Can't do it because how are you going to drive it downstairs, right? So then they referred for a scooter. Scooter could be bought. One of my connections says, oh, here on the island, we'll get you a scooter, right? So then the manager says, okay, we'll put it in the office in July. So I got till July, right? They'll order me one. July or August or whatever. So my birthday can be, right? No, Sister Zoe always dreamed of putting around in one of those. Anyways, the funny thing is the doctor can prescribe me a scooter, but we don't have any storage space, right? Well, Brother the Higgins says, oh, just get one of those little garages for motorbikes and do it, right? I would. The problem with the motorbike situation goes like this. even if you had your motorbike covered, manager won't allow it. Plus, 2 is how do you charge it? Do I run an extension cable up on the thingy? I mean, literally, the manager and I have been trying to look at it. I don't have a ground floor unit, so how do you charge it? Yeah. So, bottom line, that's something that would happen, right? So, anyways, so, they're like, oh, well, so you got all these doctors giving referrals. Well, the other referral came in, and the doctor said, right? So the doctor said something to the effect of, well, we'll get to it when we get to it, right? Well, the referral never went in. So I'm like, hey, dude, I want referral, right? They're like, oh, yeah. So I finally messaged. I don't use the my portal crap hole thing. I said, hey, referral to this place now. We sent it. Really? Give me the number then. Call them up. Oh, we never got it. So I finally yelled at them like 9 times, and they're still like, well, we sent it. Yeah, So I don't know why they're saying it hasn't gotten in, but yeah. So anyway, so all in all on that aspect. So, but anyway, so me and brother the Higgins, we were working on a project for Chloe. One of the projects I'll share with you is we're talking about computers. I'm reading my little book here. Costs $9.99. I like it. I'm on Romans. Yes, I'm working on Romans right now. Actually, I'm like Romus Porcupinus. Yes, that's a joke, or Romanus Porcupinus. Okay, back to the story at hand. So, anyway, so I was looking at is this the entire stack here? Yeah, this is the entire stack. So I printed out some computers, right? So, brother the Higgins and I were talking about some computers, and I printed out some stuff because of pricing. It's right here. And, gotta go through it with Chloe tomorrow. Now you can sit there and say, oh, Chloe's coming. Well, brother the Higgins always complains that when Chloe comes, it's usually alcoholic and boozy drinks. Well, let's just say currently the alcohol and boozy is too expensive on this island, and I'm not paying it. So, right now, I may send Chloe out to Walmart Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You can say, why that many days? The stockpile, you see. Chloe's staying with me temporary till like July, I think, due to the fact that we may need to leave if this whole theory goes through by my father-in-law. The other theory is we're stockpiling. I mean, we got plenty of rent. We got plenty of groceries. Chloe, of course, as you all know, screwed up. She was supposed to buy 4 of everything at Costco. She only bought 1 of everything on my side and said, oh, here you go. So now Chloe's realizing we needed 4 of everything. So I told Chloe we have to focus. So with payday only 14 days away, 13 tomorrow, it's going to get easier and easier by the day. But as I was talking to brother the Higgins, we were talking about computers, and this is something I have to talk to my father-in-law about. That is private. I'm not showing you this. This is too private. Chloe made a promissory note. It's been signed, certified copies and everything, which means, as you all nonka, Chloe stole from me. So she's got to pay the piper. Anyways, so I was looking at computers to run a game. Okay, this is the whole stacko right here. And, there's a whole bunch of stuff, right? So I made notes on a lot of this. My adopted brother, the Higgins, I love how I say it, adopted brother, the Higgins, he and I were talking about game systems the other day, right? And one of the things that we came across as a team was, he was sitting there going, oh, well, you know, the thing is, okay, let me just tell you, because Brother Higgins is probably curious because he's bored. So I'm going to tell you while I got you guys here tonight. He asked me specifically about computers, right? Or I asked him, I should say. Chloe gave him a gift card. It was really nice that Chloe gave the gift card. This is what I'm looking for. Yeah, here it is. Okay. So I made some notes here, okay? Now, I'm an AMD person. I grew up with AMD, right? So, yeah, I like this one, the AMD on Amazon. Now, Brother the Higgins knows exactly what I'm talking about. Hold on a sec here. So, this one here looks really good, right? Price is good. Gift cards can be acquired. I never told the Higgins why. And it's an AMD system. Now, he says, oh, well, it's outdated. I don't care. Thing is, you can update an outdated system. It's basically getting the foot in the door. Then you have this one, right? Well, that's outdated. Well, it may be outdated. But it's an AMD, right? It's got the same specs as this one, and it's cheaper, so it's an AMD, right? Then you have this one here, which again, it's an AMD and it works. This one's got a different. Now, the difference is Ryzen 5 older, Ryzen 5 newer, or Ryzen 7, which you can upgrade, right? Now, we're all looking at the Ryzen 7, but before I can go and invest in that type of money, I gotta talk to Chloe. Now, Brother the Higgins never explained what the difference is between Intel and AMD. Now, I asked about Intel and AMD through Microsoft Copilot and Gemini. I don't use them that often. And they said it's between multi-core, which applications run better in AMD, or single core on Intel. Now, Brother the Higgins is like, oh, Intel, I worship Intel, woo, Intel. Well, I grew up with AMD. It was cheaper and was what we could afford. So I'm not a bank, okay? Now, I do have several Intels from my family. The i5, the i7, and the i9 laptops laying around. And I mean, like the which you can't see. I got a couple right here anyways. But anyways, so let me just say I like the AMD right now. So this one here, the Thermaltake, I wrote 6 gig video card, $750, 12th gen i5, 12th and 13th, or is it 13th, 14th? It's an older i5. And people are doing this to get in the door. They buy this desktop. Now, it looks okay for the point, but I don't know, right? It's an Intel, right? And I don't like Intel. This one here is the same as the i5. And, oh yeah, it's the same specs pretty much. Huh. The only difference is you're paying the same amount of money, different brand. This one, right? MSI. And and I like MSI, but the thing is it's got a 6 gig video card, all right? 6 gigs not bad, but 6 gigs, yeah, I'm running an 8 in my laptops now. So anyways, then I turned around and I was looking at this one, right? 8 gig video card, looks really good, very promising, right? And it's an AMD system. Then you look at this one, again, AMD system. It's the same one. I don't mind AMD, right? But if you look at the rest, it's an Intel system, right? 3050, 6 gig video card. The 4060 is an 8 gig card, MSI, but it's an i5, right? So you'd have to figure out how to upgrade the i5 to i9, and then it's all up to Chloe. The price isn't bad. It's got an 8 gig video card, but I'm a AMD fan. So you got this one here, a brand I've never heard of, and they're using, for the price, they're using the 3050, which I wouldn't pay for. This one is an AMD, like I said, and it's priced pretty good. Unfortunately, it's a Ryzen 5, which ain't bad. And I just slap in some RAM and stuff. This one is, again, I put crap because, you know, it's almost $1,000, and it's a Intel Core i5, and you know, they're using the 4060. Now I have a laptop with the 4060. I have a laptop with the 4050 and the 4070. They're pretty good. You just got to stop the game every 4 hours and then reset the entire system, and you can run it some more, so your game doesn't freeze up. So yeah, that's the only problem. So anyways, so then, like I said, you got here, it is again the RTX 4060, same thing, it's like, go buy this, and it's the the i5. Now, if you look at most of these are i5s. They don't offer you i7s or i9s. They're just like, again, there's that one brand, and I printed out this. This one here is a Ryzen 7, which would be easy, just to upgrade to Ryzen 9. So I think the Ryzen 7 would be good. I was going to get one with a 10 gig video card. Unfortunately, like you said, there's another brand I never heard of. This one is, again, they're charging $1,000 for an RTX 3060, which, something like that. I love Brother the Higgins dearly, but you gotta understand, I'm not gonna pay $1,000 for an Intel i5 when you can get a better system for a Ryzen 7. So, but here's the deal. Okay, I don't believe in Ryzen 3s. Ryzen 5s are mediocre. Ryzen 7's better, and Ryzen 9's the best. So, if I had to invest in the money, I would be investing in the Ryzen 7 or Ryzen 9. Now, I have Ryzen 9s and Ryzen 7s. Fortunately, the other thing me and the Higgins was talking about right now on sale is handheld consoles. Legion Go S is on sale. So, that was something we were talking about. But, the thing is, Chloe can't make the decision. It's her stuff. I'm just here to give Chloe guidance. Does she want Intel or does she want AMD? Now, AMD is cheaper, and I think she'd be happy with AMD. I'm happy with AMD, but the thing is, people don't sit there and tell me the difference between let's just say the Ryzen 3, which I don't need, Ryzen 5, Ryzen 7, Ryzen 9, and if you want to get technical, you want to do, benchmarks. So I've been trying to find benchmarks. So that's something I should just throw a bone to the Higgins, if he's that bored. Let him do find benchmarks, find something that tells us more about the games that we're building for Chloe for this specific system. Plain and simple. Yeah. In the meantime, that is what we need to do. So, there you have it. So, as a prepper, you got to prep for the future. Now, my father-in-law, he may be right. We may have to abandon everything, but I'm hoping to talk to him tonight about it. So, yeah. So, anywho, I'm going to let you guys go. Like I said, it's just a small update. I've been working on trying to do the cleaning here. I almost got it all done. Yay! Except for the back room. I'm going to start being a taskmaster in there and tell Chloe to clean up her crap again. Like I said, she'll be here for a while. So, yeah. And then, everything else is pretty much clean. I got a chores list in my book I put together today. I'm going to finish up. I'm going to go through the desk and clean the drawers, clean the wine rack. Wine rack is being used for stuff. It's not actually got wine in it. I thought about getting some champagne. I may not. God willing. It's all up to God and Jesus. And then I'm going to... and that's next month, by the way, the champagne. And doing the research for Chloe, that's next month too. But thing is, I got an entire cleaning system set up now. About the groceries, that could be next month too, depending on what my family is willing to help out with. So, we'll tell you soon. I'm waiting for some stuff to come through the pipe. So, anyways, I don't have much to say tonight because, frankly, I'm doing this video because, well, Brother the Higgins is bored, and I, frankly, would love to find out about, benchmarks for the CPU and benchmarks for the graphics system and benchmarks for the game, possibly, but also would like to find out what's so special between Ryzen 5, 7, 9 and Intel 5, 7, and 9. He's just like, Intel! Let's just say if I'm going to be spending money, it's going to be AMD. Plain and simple. We scrap Intel. However, yeah, we'll figure it out. Now, I have a whole list of all this printed. I may just have to text him again, but I text him a lot about it already. I'm just staying quiet. So, anyways, there you have it, preppers. Yeah. In the meantime, please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion, hit the like, subscribe button. So some fun for your family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, service dogs, service bunnies. Hit the bell notification, thumbs up button, subscribe button. Keep the comments nice always. Thank you and God bless you in everything you do.